My mama.
Okay. And what is she doing?
Killing my sister.
Kids usually feel safe with their parents. They trust them to protect them from harm. But sometimes, parents do things that hurt their children. Here are 4 cases where kids had to tell the police about their parents' bad behavior, which led to their parents going to jail. In July 2022, in Henderson, Nevada, a heart-wrenching scene unfolded as a 9-year-old boy bravely reached out to the police for help. In a body cam video capturing the moment, the child, visibly distressed and tearful, handed over a bag of methamphetamine to officers who responded to a welfare check request at their home. The footage showed the boy's trembling hand extending the bag towards the police, revealing a significant amount of the illegal substance.
Hello. How are you? Well, thank you. So, we were called to come check on your son.
Okay, yeah, he's on my phone in the bathroom for like an hour.
Can I come in and talk to you?
Sure, yes. What's going on?
I have no idea.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, you just handed it to me.
Okay, I don't know.
Despite the child's evident distress, his mother, identified as Long, appeared shocked and denied any knowledge of the drugs. Long explained to the officers that her son had taken her phone and locked himself in the bathroom for an hour, leaving her unaware of the unfolding situation. The police, faced with the emotional turmoil of the child and the alarming discovery of over 100 grams of methamphetamine, tried to console both the boy and his mother amidst the unfolding uncertainty.
This is your child?
This is my baby. Yes, he's been in the bathroom for an hour.
Okay.
Literally an hour.
Who else home with you?
Me and him.
All right.
That's it.
Why are you sweating?
I'm sweating? I'm not sweating.
You look sweating.
No, I'm
Make sure you were in here by yourself.
No, I'm freaking out right now.
So there was other people here earlier. They left.
There's no other people here earlier. My friend Kristen saw by it. That was it.
So this is your house.
My house.
So
Well, I don't know why you're here.
Well, do you have an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband? Baby daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. He called because he wanted us to check on your son. He was concerned that there was some stuff going on, that he was FaceTiming your ex. What's his name?
My ex-husband? Tony.
Tony. He was FaceTiming Tony. He was concerned about his welfare.
There's nobody here.
Well, you're here.
Yeah, no, but what was the concern? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I guess when he was on FaceTime with Tony, he was showing Tony this stuff that he found in the house.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I don't either.
Well, I don't even know what is happening. I know that my kid went in the bathroom and for an hour, and I've been like, what's wrong? We were having a popsicle, playing Fortnite, and
Right.
all of
And there was nobody else home? Nobody else is
Nobody
here?
else here.
So all this stuff in this house is yours?
This is all my, yeah.
So everything in the house is yours?
Well, this is my house.
Okay. And this is in your
Well,
house?
Kristen was here earlier.
Who's Kristen?
My girlfriend. She came by.
Okay.
She's house sitting up the street for our regional manager.
Right.
We're in property management. She has a baby kitten, watching the kitten.
So how is your relationship with Tony?
That's never been good, no.
Yeah. Were you guys ever married?
Mhm.
How long were you guys married for?
7.5 years.
When confronted about the drugs found in the Ziploc bag, which had been discovered in the living room, she vehemently denied any involvement, asserting that she doesn't do drugs. However, her protestations failed to sway the authorities, who proceeded with their investigation.
Well, you don't have to do drugs to have drugs in the house.
I don't even know what that is, you guys. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what is happening right now, you guys. I don't know.
100%. Like I said, why we're here, Tony was, what's his name again? He was FaceTiming Tony. He was concerned. He was scared. He said, I found this in the house. I think it's drugs. So Tony calls us to come and check
Who
on
thought it was
Austin,
drugs?
your kid.
Okay, well, I don't even know what this is or where he found it.
I don't either.
I don't either, okay?
I get it. And like I said, that's why we're here.
The officer then proceeds to take down her information while simultaneously another officer on the scene approaches Long's son. As the officer's body cam captures the moment, the child bursts into tears, revealing to the officer that he discovered the drugs. Check it out. Long's son also then confides in the officer, expressing his belief that the drugs were intentionally placed inside the house by one of his mom's friends.
And what did you find inside the house that made you scared?
Okay. Do you know what drugs look like?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So where were the drugs at?
Underneath the nightstand.
Underneath the nightstand? Okay. Gotcha. Do you ever seen anything like that here before?
No.
No? Okay. So where are those at right now? There's nobody inside's in trouble for anything. I just need to try to figure out what's going on.
I just gave him to the first person I saw.
Okay, and who was that?
It's an officer to the right.
Okay, so you gave them, the officer, some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What, and have you ever seen anything like that in the house before? No? Okay, but you know what drugs do look like?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so is there like a lot of people that come and go in and out of the house?
Only people that I know that come to the house are some of her friends, and that's really it.
Okay. Do you think somebody might have dropped something off, or it was somebody else's that they accidentally left here?
I think they dropped something off on an accident.
You think they dropped some off an accident?
No, not on accident, on purpose.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you guys lived in the house here?
About 2 years.
About 2 years. Who lives in the house here with you?
Just me and my mom.
So it's you and your real mom, your biological mom?
Yes.
Okay. And you and your mom are the only two people that are here right now?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Any idea who do you think left the stuff here?
Her friend, which his nickname is Poncho, but his real name is Alfonso.
Okay. And is Alfonso kind of a mean guy, or is he pretty nice, or?
I don't see him too much, but just one of those people where you look at him and you know it, and he's always acts weird around me.
Okay.
It's the only person I can think of.
Has he ever threatened you or hurt you or anything like that?
No.
He just acts kind of weird? And is he
Yeah.
just a friend to your mom, or are they?
He's a friend.
Okay.
That's all I know.
She just kind of shows up every once in a while,
Yeah, I've only seen him about once or twice.
and you think he dropped the stuff off?
Yes.
Well, the officer who is speaking to Long comes outside and asks the then 9-year-old a question. Overwhelmed, the child breaks into tears again, admitting that he found the drugs by accident. As one of the officers delves deeper into the child's home life, the 9-year-old opens up, revealing that he had faced challenges with his mom before. With a mix of concern and empathy, the officer listens attentively as the child shares his experience, shedding light on the complexities of their relationship.
So you got scared tonight. You called your dad. You found this stuff, right? Where did you find it at?
Under the nightstand.
On accident?
Yeah.
Where was it at?
Under the nightstand.
What's that?
Under the nightstand.
Under her nightstand. So that would be in the bedroom that she sleeps in?
Yeah.
And how did you recognize that? Like, what did you think when you saw it?
I just saw a couple bags. I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it out, and then that's when I knew what it was.
Yeah, from like TV and stuff.
What?
Like you thought, like maybe it was drugs from like
Yeah.
TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And you got scared and you called your dad.
Yeah.
And what did he say? Call the police.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you did the right thing. I know you don't want to get anybody in trouble, and we're here to make sure everybody's safe, and that you're safe and your mom's safe, and you know. Yeah, I guess your dad, he's gonna come here and check on you. Okay? Did you know that? Okay.
Your dad said he was going to put you up for adoption. Your mom? Have you told your dad that?
Yes.
What did your dad say when you told him?
I was kind of getting mad at how she's like doing stuff like this.
Uh-huh. Okay. Have you told your dad about the other stuff that she's done, the physical abuse back in the day?
Yeah.
And what was his reaction? What did he say?
Mad, and then combination of like concerned and
Uh-huh.
like also sad for me.
Okay. Have you ever talked to police officers about that stuff that's happened?
Not really everything.
Okay. You have had police officers out to your house before, though?
Yes.
The kid, he's been talking to my partner. I've been kind of overhearing it while I've been doing my investigation, and I've been kind of hearing about some possible physical abuse in the past by mom from, that and then he's basically because he wants to be with Dad more. But you know how those situations can sometimes be coached, you know. Yeah, PCS, possession of controlled substance. It's not a package for individual sale or anything, but it's a large amount, like enough that we're thinking about maybe calling our narcs to come out and look at it. I mean, it's not just like a little baggie, you know. Yeah, it's like one of my top 5, you know, in my 20-year career of meth hauls. You know.
Well, back inside the house, Long suggests that her son may have been coached to say negative things about her by her ex-husband. See her level of audacity.
I don't even know what your son has said. I've been in here with you and Officer Engel and Officer Hanson the whole time. So it's not like I'm sitting here listening, trying to figure that out. I know you kind of try and keep listening, which is understandable. But it's interesting
because he was coached so severely that it was all in the trial. And everything.
That was going to be my next line of questioning. Do you think he's ever been coached?
It was robotically. It was literally word for word.
Because he just started volunteering all kinds of information that I wasn't asking him about. And I asked him, I go, has your dad ever told you to say things about your mom that weren't true? And he straight said no, absolutely not. Very direct, almost like he was anticipating that was going to be my next question.
I don't know what this is all like. Next, I'm bringing this whole court thing up because of when that was going on. There were things that like were said about me, him pulling his backpack, and stuff like that. Whatever this thing is, I'm completely. I don't even know what this is or what it's about, but I'm having a heart attack now thinking about this court thing. If that's what it's stirring up again, I'm trying to say.
Do you think your ex-husband would attempt to set you up
Oh,
to win full custody of Austin?
Oh, but that's what the objective was then. Now, I didn't think we had anything going on, but he has been short on the last 2 months payment. I don't know what his situation is, but that's something to mention, I guess. I didn't think we were at this point again, but I don't know. If that's what's happening, then that's what's happening. I mean, do I need to get like my lawyer or whatever? I mean, what do I need to do with that?
I mean, you already have a lawyer for your previous divorce proceedings and custody issues, everything else. Is that correct?
No, it's been all dropped and done with. We're all finished with everything.
Has anything happened in his dad's life that would
Yes,
change and make him want to have
financially.
Austin back? So I think maybe financially, so he doesn't have to make payments to you for child support. He would try to get Austin back.
Brand new babies over there with my wife. And I just know that he's court-ordered paying my child support. That's all I know. I don't talk to him. I don't know him on a personal level. I know that he just has 2 new babies.
Gotcha.
As things heat up, Long's ex-husband and the child's father shows up at the home, adding another layer of tension to the mix. With each new person entering the scene, things get more complicated, making it even trickier to figure out what's going on.
Then eventually we got here, when they opened the door, they were standing, like he was in front, she was in back, and he literally just hands me. I'm just amazed she didn't try to take it from him or do anything. I mean, I was startled that she just allowed it. I mean, not that I think it's great, because this is great evidence. Yeah, like they were standing right next to each other, and he just hands it to me, which, God forbid if it was fentanyl or something crazy.
Well, just after speaking with Long's husband, the officer heads back inside the home, where Long appears visibly confused about the reason for the police presence. Long maintained she had no idea drugs were in her home and still refused to take a urine test. The officers are seen testing the contents in the Ziploc bag, confirming it to be methamphetamine, and a significant amount of it.
So, kind of explain to me the situation of what's going on.
What's happened tonight?
Yeah.
I don't really know. We're in the middle of a normal night, and then he asks for my phone, goes into the restroom, asks to play a video, and locks the door behind him, and is in there for a long time. next thing I know, I hear Tony's voice on the phone, and I'm like, "Are you coming out?" And I'm jiggling the doorknob. This goes on for quite a while. And
So you didn't know what he had or what he was doing?
I didn't know. I don't know anything about anything until he knocked on the door.
Right. But you guys came down to the door together because you guys were right next to each other.
No.
When the door
He
opened.
was, I heard the knock at the door, and then I heard the bathroom door open. I've been sitting here on the stairs, like, "Are you coming out? Are you coming
Right.
out?" I'm like, "Are we gonna sleep on the floor?" I'm like playing a game with him, kind of, but I'm like, "What?" I don't. So then he comes running out. I heard you guys at the door, and we were right there together.
So you didn't see that he had that in his hand?
No, I don't even know what this is. I don't know anything about it. What is happening?
So what we're going to do, obviously, we're going to test it and make sure to discover what it is.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it looks probably like methamphetamine. You know,
What is that?
you know what meth is.
Like speed or whatever. Like, I mean,
Come
what
on,
happens
everybody knows what meth is. You watch Breaking Bad. I mean, Jesus.
I have never seen Breaking Bad.
Well, you should. But let's just be really honest. Okay, so it's not good that this stuff was in the house with wherever it was, whatever it is. Let's say it's illegal narcotics. It's terrible that a 9-year-old can find that and have access to it and know that what it is to call the police and have us come out here and check on you and him. Now, to be honest, yeah, you're in some trouble. You
That
know,
what?
you're in some trouble.
I'm in trouble?
Yeah, you're in some trouble. And honesty.
I'm in trouble?
Well, yeah, I mean, from our point of view, the door opens and hands me what could be a couple ounces of methamphetamine
First of all, I don't.
that came from your house.
I'm freaking out right now.
100%. So everything we do and everything that we say is always recorded. We have body cams on right now. It's
Yeah.
recording you crying and
I'm not crying.
I know, but startled, upset. And I don't believe that you don't know what it is. He claims he found it under your nightstand. I guess you were having him look for a wallet or something earlier, and he happened to stumble upon it while he was looking for something for you. Now,
I have never in my life, I don't even know.
Okay. Now, Kendra, I talked to CPS before I talked to you. I guess they talked to you back in December,
Yeah.
and there's been 3 cases.
Yes, there's been
Okay,
a lot. Yeah.
we're talking like normal people. And the case back then that they investigated, that was unsubstantiated, was possible use of illegal narcotics that they were investigating.
This is all pertaining to my trial and my ex-husband.
I understand that, and I understand, but those are just the allegations that was weighed against you back in December. Was
All through the
possible-
evidentiary trial, yeah.
right, narcotics, this, and this. So my thing with you is, honesty is not going to get you out of some of the trouble that you're in tonight. However, if you wanted to start being realistic with us and be like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is what it is, I want to get some help, and I want you guys to help me. Maybe, hold on, Kendra. Maybe there's some avenues we can work with you to assist you a little bit on mitigating the circumstances that you're into tonight.
What do you mean by help? Like, I don't understand
Well,
what we're talking about here.
If what we have in your house is, that's a pretty large amount of
I don't
methamphetamine.
know what you're, like, honestly, I've been
So-
sitting here talking to the other one this whole time.
Right.
And I don't have any idea what this is.
Okay.
I don't have
But this
any
is your
idea.
house.
This is my house.
Right. That's
And
your cup right there, right?
This is my everything.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So the legal standard usually is this is your house, everything in the house that you have possession over. And if we get something that you can technically be responsible
This is
for,
not, if this is drugs or whatever, this is not mine, and I don't know what else to tell you.
so would you be willing to take a urine test?
I'm
See-
not willing to do anything. I have a trial.
I was just asking you.
No.
So you wouldn't be willing to do a urine test tonight
No, nothing.
for any
because
like methamphetamines, cocaine?
I'm not willing to do anything right now because my ex-husband put so many.
But if you're clean, it's going to help your case, though.
Why do I have a case?
Well, for us, because you're saying that you don't know what this is.
Well, what is it a case? Though?
Like, let's say, because your child just gave us what appears to be a large amount
I
of
don't know what
methamphetamine,
this is, though.
and then let's say you assisted us and you took a drug test and you were completely clean.
Yeah, that's a lot of meth. Wow.
Okay, we'll get some. Let's just
That's more meth than I would use on a week's worth of laundry detergent. I got 4 boys living in my house.
Well, given the confirmation of meth, police then proceed to read Kendra her Miranda rights, her face visibly displaying shock as the weight of the situation sinks in. It's clear that she will inevitably face the consequences of her actions. Meanwhile, the officers also applauded Long's son, who was still outside with his father.
So just because we've been here for a while now and we've restricted your movement, that you do have the right to remain silent.
Me?
If you give up that right, you can say anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. I just want to read this to you. Since we're restricting your movement, you're not allowing you to go upstairs. You have the right to speak with an attorney for any questioning and have an attorney present while you answer any questions. If you cannot afford an attorney, will be appointed and provided at no cost. You can decide to answer any questions now or may stop at any time and ask to speak with an attorney before any question continues. If you decide to stop answering questions once you've all begun, all questions will be stopped. You understand all that? Basically, don't talk to us. And if you do, it will be used against you in a court of law. So, we're kind of pretty much done. I just wanted to run the thing by you again. That's news to you. That whole bag of white powdery substance is like not yours.
Not mine, not even like anyone I can think of that I know would be associated with that.
We did test it, and it did return positive for methamphetamine. I didn't know. Somebody must have. So yeah, it is positive. Now, we're going to forward this on to our narcotics officers. You know, maybe you have a change of heart. Maybe you want to talk to them.
Me?
I'm just letting you know
okay.
that they're going to get a copy of the report. You may want to talk to them. That might help your situation out. You know, if you do, you can ask any officer that you run in contact with. But at this point, you are going to be placed under arrest for possession of controlled substance.
I'm literally on.
I understand. You can disagree all you want. That's fine.
I don't understand this.
Okay, well, your child found a bag of what
Oh my God.
presumptively tested positive for methamphetamine under your nightstand. That's your right to say that. But the way our laws work, if we have reason or probable cause to believe that a crime occurred and you're within we can make that arrest. So, you have shoes.
I know. I don't understand this. Like, literally, who can I talk to? Your sergeant or something? This is not my stuff. This is not. I did not do a crime. This is not anything. I'm honestly gonna tell you who I think is I can tell you who I think it is. It has access to my house. I am not understanding what's happening right now. This is not.
But you and your son live here. You told me
I have
that.
a boyfriend that has access to my front door.
Right.
I don't know this guy this well. However, do I give you his name? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This is not mine. I don't know.
Well, you even said yourself you really wouldn't want to take a drug test either.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now.
Well, I can't give you advice on what to do.
But I'm not a crime. I didn't commit a crime.
Well, it's possession of a controlled substance. It's in your house. This is your house.
This is not my. I don't even know this was here. I can't even understand or fathom the fact that this is drugs in my house.
Good job, buddy. Proud of you. You did the right thing. Don't ever hesitate to call us if you feel like you're in trouble, okay?
All right, thank you again.
Thanks for calling us, sir.
Well, finally, they decided to let them both go to avoid the 9-year-old witnessing his mom being carted off in the back of the squad car. However, later on, the officers cuff Long as she continues to maintain that she had no idea how the bag of meth ended up in her house.
Take 2 steps forward. 2 steps forward. Bigger steps. There you take a step back. Nope. All right, I'm going to search you once you get to the car.
Oh, did I do that wrong or what?
No, you did fine. It's just there's cameras on the car. And since you're a female, I'm a male, we have to do everything in front of cameras. Nobody sees you. It's like 2 in the morning.
Is it not in the morning, is it?
Yeah. No, it's 1 in the morning. What's that?
I mean, I did not. This is not me, and like I literally.
I get it. It's a bad situation.
I'm so mad right now. I want to just give you his name.
This car's mine. We're going to stand in front of those black bumpers. I'm just going to do a quick search. There's a camera videotaping everything, so that way it's all professional. Nothing in your pockets. want you to put your pants on, so I'm pretty sure you're good to go. All right. Rear passenger back seat. Rear passenger back seat.
In the end, Long was arrested for drug trafficking and child abuse. According to court records, she posted $25,000 on the day of her arrest. Prosecutors said she later violated a family court order and other rules specified as a condition of her release. Despite those violations, she received no prison time and was sentenced to probation, which prosecutors said she violated. She was also sent to an inpatient drug treatment program. Similarly, another mother found herself in disbelief as officers arrived at her doorstep. But what unfolded next left everyone shocked. In July 2023, tragedy and deception shook the quiet streets of Rock Island, Illinois, as authorities uncovered a harrowing case of neglect and deceit. Sushi Staples, a 37-year-old mother of 8, found herself at the center of investigation after police responded to a distressing call regarding her 10-year-old son, Zion. When questioned by officers about the boy's whereabouts, Staples ruthlessly denied his existence, claiming she only had daughters.
At first it was just like a regular phone call, like how you been doing and stuff like that. And then I heard her like crying a little bit. And I asked her, I said, what's wrong? And she just stated to me that Christmas will never be the same again. She then stated to me, I said, why, what happened? And she was like hesitant to bring it out and tell me. She then told me that her son she was gone from the house, and she told me that her son had shot himself.
And who do you know her son as?
Zion.
Okay.
She stated that he shot himself. At the time, he was 9 years old. I said, what do you mean he shot himself? I asked her several questions, like, how did he get a gun? Like, how did that happen? She explained to me that she had just stepped out to run some errands, and she received a call from her daughter Serenity saying that Zion was gone. And she said, what do you mean gone? She said, why is he gone? Is he outside? Tell him to get back in the house. But she told me before she left, he kept saying that how he missed his dad or something like that. And he was crying because he felt like he missed his dad or something like that, she had stated to me. Then she said that Serenity said, no, he's on the floor. He's bleeding everywhere. She feared that they would take her kids away, and she was scared to lose everything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said she still had him there. She told me she purchased a burning barrel from Home Depot or something like that you burn leaves and stuff in, and she stored him in that. I'm like, what? And she said, yeah, he was stored in that in her basement. She said she tried to set him on fire.
However, after hearing this, the truth soon emerged as police obtained a warrant to search Staples' home, leading to a horrible discovery. Hidden away for 8 harrowing months, Zion's lifeless body was found concealed in a metal trash can, clad only in Spider-Man pajama bottoms. And as the investigation unfolded, it became clear that Staples had not only concealed her son's death, but had also callously continued to receive his benefits, displaying a heartless facade of normalcy. Check it out.
You Miss Staples?
Yes, how can I help you?
So we got kind of a weird phone call. Do you know Latricia?
No.
No?
I don't know anybody out here.
Some lady called DCFS. And,
What?
And kind of made some claims that you had a child that accidentally shot themselves?
Absolutely not.
No, it sounds crazy to me too. That's what...
I am so sorry about this. My ex-husband, his new girlfriend, this broad is off the chain. I have went down to Rock Island and filed a police report on her.
Okay.
I have went and put a restraining order on her.
What's her name?
her name is Tony. This girl is never in, and she has so many different Facebook pages she stalks me from. She has made up different names, called me from different numbers. I have changed my number, tried to do everything I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can never seem to get them served because they're always bouncing around in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. They're not even down here.
They're
then?
not even out here.
You guys only have girls?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 4. Do you want to see them?
No. They said it was a son. I was just curious if that's even true.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a never-ending story with these two.
I get, like I said, I'm not trying to bother you or anything, but we get a call, no matter how crazy it sounds, we still got to come up and see if there's any truth.
And this is crazy.
It is.
This is very crazy.
Okay.
I have been living here for 6 years. My neighbors have never had a complaint. Don't you think if my neighbors would have heard something like that, they would have made a call or said something to somebody?
I would believe so, yeah.
Just think about it. It don't make no kind of sense. This girl is psycho.
Just so I can check the box off, can I look in your basement real quick and I'll get out of here?
No, you need a search warrant to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to have my rights violated because someone makes Uranus allegations like this.
I know. Like I said, it sounded crazy to me too. I'm just up here seeing if, we have to investigate it.
Staples firmly stated that she didn't have a son and appeared irritated by the police's questioning. They had received a call about a child who hadn't been seen for many months. Despite Staples' denial, the officers continued their investigation into the missing child's whereabouts. So the next day, police returned with a search warrant in hand. Staples, of course, told them that's what they needed to do if they wanted to look inside her home.
Can I see the warrant, please? And I can call my lawyer. Can I see the warrant before we walk any further? I'm calm. I'm scared to death because I don't know what's going on.
And so the reason we're here, okay, is because we're investigating a call that we had, okay? The officers came out and talked to you last night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have to handle that real seriously, okay? Because the allegations are that you have a son and that he's deceased and he's here in this house. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
You've never had a son named Zion?
No.
Are you claiming benefits for a kid named Zion?
No. I haven't gotten any benefits for anyone.
Staples had a response for everything. When informed by police that the Department of Children and Family Services in Chicago had been in contact regarding her children, including Zion, she once more shifted blame. She pointed fingers at her ex's girlfriend, whom she labeled as a stalker.
You filed for public aid. You got your daughter.
Gotten benefits since I was in Chicago, so I'm not sure. I told you my identity was stolen. Mm-hmm. My taxes were illegally filed. I went through a whole thing with the IRS. That was not me.
But who was this Zion that was interviewed by DCFS up in Chicago, right in the presence of all your other children?
There was no one interviewed.
Staples.
No one was interviewed. Where did you say someone named Zion Staples was interviewed?
It was
because the call was made about my son Kentrell by his father.
Yes.
It was never made about a Zion Staples.
But when they went there was
the only child that they spoke to, because it was regarding him, had frequent visitors. We had kids in the neighborhood come over. So some of those kids that were implicated were not, in fact, our children. They were there.
So you're saying there was a kid in your apartment that was not your kid, named Zion?
I didn't say his name was Zion. No.
Well, somewhere here we've got to clear this up with this Zion Staples.
The officer left last night. You texted this person and was talking to him.
Taking pictures of now.
Well, we have to take pictures of the whole house, and then we'll search. Just to show that we're not like breaking stuff and everything else like that.
Not destroying your place.
So you off that the officers were here, and then you.
I didn't know who it was because I thought it was this girl that found my number again, because nobody has my number. So I thought it was her harassing me again. That's why I told the officer last night.
So then who did you text? And
I thought it was Tony. didn't catch a break from this
Because
bitch.
we have the whole text thread between you two right after the officers left.
It's pretty personal to each other too. Like you guys very well know each other.
But I thought,
It's talking about somebody's daughter. It's talking about it's going back and
because
forth.
people are, they say crap about your kids for what?
But you guys know each other. It's not a random just I'm texting a stranger getting mad. It's you two know each other.
You know what? People come after me all the time, and these are the same people I lend my hand to. I've paid for lawyers for people. I've helped people do things. So people envy you all the time. What can you do about it?
Eventually, after all the back and forth and investigations, the police had to break it to Staples gently but firmly. She was headed to jail.
Turn it off for me.
Oh, no. I'm going to jail? What am I going to jail for? What have I done?
You just admitted to fraud.
So now you're going to railroad me on fraud?
Railroad you what? We're trying to figure out where your kid is. You're saying that he doesn't exist.
My kid. So now you're trying to railroad me.
Railroad you what? You did this to yourself.
Your officer just said he didn't. I didn't get any benefits though. I didn't file any IRS returns.
You're in possession of false documentation, and you already said that you signed up and have them for financial aid.
But I didn't.
Sushi Staples, aged 37, found herself facing a multitude of charges as per court records, including obstructing justice, concealment of a death, failure to report the death of a child under 13, and endangering the life or health of a child. However, come January, Staples opted for a plea deal with the Rock Island County State's Attorney's Office. She pleaded guilty to the charge of endangering a child, marking a pivotal moment in the legal proceedings. Well, there's another case where parents tried to hide their daughter's wrongdoings, but they ended up getting caught themselves. In Miami, January 2024, body cam footage captured the moment when Austin police arrived at the residence of OnlyFans model Courtney Clenny's parents, prepared to arrest them on suspicion of tampering with evidence related to the death of Clenny's boyfriend.
You don't have a weapon on you, do you? I know you got your CHL, so. Oh, yeah. No weapon on you? No, it's okay.
Miss Clang? Ben Ryan, I'm with the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We have a couple of detectives that are up the road. They're going to come down here and talk to you and your wife. Is your wife home today?
Yes.
Okay, not a problem. And then they'll kind of explain a little bit about what's going on. I mean, obviously, I think it's related to your daughter's case in Florida, but that's about all we really understand. There are warrants for you and your wife's arrest.
What?
I know. I'm going to let them explain that to you real quick, and so we can kind of get behind all that. And then we're going to try to make this as easy on you as possible, right? I mean, while they have warrants for your arrest, y'all aren't criminals. We're going to try to work through this as, low key as possible today. They're going to explain that to you. I don't really have all, I don't know enough about the case to understand how this all works together. But they'll be here in a few minutes, and so.
Can I call our attorney?
In a moment, if that's what you'd like to do, and I understand that. Right. Is your phone in the truck?
Yep.
Do you want me to go talk to your wife first, or what do you want? What do you want to do? How do you want to handle that as far as that?
Pull my truck back up in here and let me go tell her.
Okay. If you let me hold on to your phone, I don't want you making any phone calls. We can let you put your truck up. I think that's reasonable. Or actually, I don't have the choice on that. Let me hold off. If it was my case, that's exactly what I'd let you do. Let me let them get here.
I'm not going to talk to a detective.
I think that's fine. I mean, I don't have any. I don't have a dog in that hunt.
I can't imagine why there's a warrant for our arrest, though.
We get it. We're from Texas. We're from Austin here. This isn't our case. They'll talk with you about it.
That's
I
insanity.
completely understand. And before any questioning about anything pertaining to the case, you'll have your opportunity to speak with whoever you want.
Right.
Nobody's asking you anything, any specifics right now anyway. We're just visiting with you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to let you know that this is what's happening today. And by all means, we'll get your truck put up. We'll get the house locked up. Whatever we need to do in order to kind of.
Deborah's
Are
in
they
the
taking
house.
us in today?
Yes. So I know it's hard to wrap your head around. Just
This is insanity.
yeah.
This whole thing is.
I have an opinion on that. I don't get to have an opinion on that, right? Professionally, they've ran this through they have a legal warrant for your arrest. We're helping facilitate that because you are here in our jurisdiction, but we were trying to do that as low key as possible. At which point, when they get here, maybe we'll move into the house. We'll do whatever to kind of keep it.
What's in the house?
I don't think there's anything in the house.
Got a warrant to search the house?
There is not a warrant to search the house currently.
There's two in there.
Oh yeah, no. So I'll let them explain. I don't know enough about the case. I think when they explain it to you, you'll know what they're talking about.
Right.
And then the question of what your involvement in all that is, that I think you're on the right track. So,
The police alleged that Kim and Deborah Clenny had allegedly tampered with an old laptop belonging to Christian Obumseli, deleting crucial information before handing it over to Clenny's legal team. The arrest came as a shock to the parents, yet they cooperated fully with authorities throughout the apprehension process. Meanwhile, Courtney Clenny, still involved in the legal aftermath of her boyfriend's death in 2022, faces a delayed trial for his alleged stabbing. Now that Courtney Clenny's parents are caught up in this, the whole story of what happened to her boyfriend is getting even more tangled. You can't help but wonder how this will all play out.
Anyway, that's just what this is. It's unpleasant, it's unfortunate, but we're just kind of
insanity.
We're at the mercy of that currently. So let's make sure they weren't far. Okay, yeah, they're on their way. We just had them parked a little further away. Yeah,
They're detectives from here?
they are not. They're detectives from Miami. So that's how come their understanding of they have a better understanding of the case than we do. Yeah.
I want you to watch her face.
Oh, she's going to be just as shocked as you are when
Yeah,
they tell
I'm
you.
shocked.
Yes. You want to go down here? We can just sit with her.
Can I pull the car back in?
Let's hold off on that. I will probably let you pull the car in, or I'll get you to give me permission to pull the car back in, whatever that looks like here at the end. But if you want, we can just go sit on the porch. I'm trying to be reasonable, but at the same time, I want to make sure that.
Can you believe that?
Okay. I have to cancel the Ashley. I'm supposed to be here in 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Deborah.
So-
nobody's
No, I'm not okay.
I know.
Nobody's going to hurt you. I understand. I mean,
I
you're
don't-
physically
This
okay.
whole
You'll get
deal
through-
We certainly understand.
We have nothing to do with the case. I believe me.
She was persecuted by that and she's getting persecuted now. And now we're getting persecuted.
You're going to have your opportunity. She has a court date this week, doesn't she?
Right.
Yeah. So she'll have. Believe me, we're both parents. We understand.
I'm not talking to that detective guy. I call Frank.
That's
You're right. You know
completely understandable.
Oh, do we
I
need
can't
to tell
imagine
Morgan
why
too?
we would be getting arrested.
So, all right, we'll cross those bridges after you talk
Let's
to
make
them.
it a 3-ring circus.
I know. I'm sorry for y'all's inconveniences here. This is,
We'll just hold on to that. We'll get it back in. Just
as long as y'all stay calm, we don't need to handcuff anybody or anything like that right this moment. So we'll let this conversation go. But I know that your temper, I understand it. But we'll respect that, right? So right now we don't want to detain anybody with the handcuffs, even though there are felony warrants. We certainly, I know.
What the hell?
They're going to explain it to you.
and you'll have your opportunity to speak with whoever you want.
And then, yeah, absolutely. However that looks, right? I mean,
Okay,
we're just going to go through.
let me ask you this: will we really? Because I don't have our attorney's number memorized.
I'm going to call him.
I was going to say, I'm going to get a. So, worst case scenario, I will get a phone number for your attorney. You can give it to me. I'll
May
put
I
it
go
on-
brush my
We'll
teeth
figure all
and
that.
put some shoes on?
Just hang on one second.
Let them do their part, and then we'll facilitate the second end of this. Gentlemen, this is Mr. Clean.
How you doing?
And his wife.
Dr. Perez from Miami-Dade Police. How you doing today? Good.
Just in time, 2 detectives arrived prepared to discuss the arrest warrants issued for the parents and the details surrounding their case. However, as expected, the father immediately declined, stating his preference to retain his own legal counsel and opting out of any discussion with the detectives. Respectful of their rights, the officer calmly escorted the detectives back, acknowledging the parents' decision to pursue legal representation on their own terms.
I got you real quick.
Yes, 1 second. Let me just let him. All right, so he's asked to call his attorney. Okay. We just said that he'd be afforded that right after he spoke to y'all, if that's what he wanted to do. We've explained to them that there is a warrant for their arrest, and that you guys are the ones that could be able to kind of explain what any of that's about. And so that's both of their his phones in their truck and her phones in her hand. So that should be Easy peasy. Okay.
Yeah, just let him know.
He invoked already? He invoked already?
All he asked is if he could call his attorney, and then my guess is he will if you ask him about it, but that's a conversation you can ask. We told him we're not asking him any questions. He doesn't have to, that's something between y'all that he can discuss. And then, of course, they have all the, logistics of dogs and all that kind of stuff, which we'll work out after. I told him as long as they stay calm, we won't need to handcuff them. However, he is, upset that this is occurring. He does aware that they are being arrested today. So if he gets rowdy, then we'll go ahead and cuff him up. But I'm not expecting that at this point. If you guys, okay. All right. I just was telling them the exact same thing. Is that no warrant for the house or anything like that. As long as
I'm gonna confirm on the
as long as you stay calm. We're not going to handcuff you or anything crazy like that. We'll give you an opportunity to call and take care of dog sitters, whatever other. We'll figure all those logistics out to make this as it's inconvenient no matter how you slice it, as least intrusive as we can. So anyway, I'll let you talk to you, and then you guys might have questions about what this is.
Fine.
Okay. So, as Detective Wright, you already spoke to, I think you've been informed that you guys have a couple of arrest warrants issued out of the state of Florida. Okay, so you will be booked today under those arrest warrants. Okay, we are conducting an investigation out of the state of Florida. I'm sure you guys have a couple of questions for us, as we would have a couple of questions for you. If you would want to, we'd be happy to talk to you. If not, you do have the right to an attorney.
Well, what are the warrants for?
What are the warrants for?
But what is the charge?
The charge is, it's called A1506 out of the state of Florida. It's unauthorized computer access. Okay, so it's basically a hacking charge out of the state of Florida. It's a computer crime.
A computer crime?
Whose computer?
Again, those are details of the case that we'd be happy to discuss if it gets down to that.
This is insanity.
But it is involving a computer as well as other property. There's a subset of property that has come up.
The man made it clear that he wouldn't talk to them, so they kept their phones and offered to take down any important numbers. One good thing is that the parents fully cooperated with the officer, and the officer was also very kind to them. Check it out.
But I don't know whose computer you're talking about.
Okay. All right. You said we have the phones, right?
Oh, yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so would you like to discuss this a little further?
No, I'm not going to talk to you about anything, so I'll talk to our attorney.
I asked him, may I go put some shoes on?
So we'll handle that here in a second. Yes, we are going to get you shoes. We'll figure out if the dogs have food and water. We're going to take care of all those things, right? Yes, you're being arrested, but this isn't a violent offense.
This is the same charge on her?
Yes, sir.
It is the same charge.
That's insanity.
I know. So, yeah, I mean, I don't...
Whose computer are we supposed to hack with somebody's account? What?
I'm sorry?
Whose computer are we supposed to
So
hack?
basically, it's unauthorized access to an electronic device, right? So
Who's the electronic device?
well, when you get booked, you talk to the judge. I'll give you a copy of the arrest warrant, and you'll see all the details.
I think
I'm not talking to these guys.
Then that's the ultimate answer, right? So if you were talking to them, then they'd probably give you more information. But if you're not, then we just get you booked in and what have you. Okay, so
I'm going to see about a patrolman.
yes, thank you. Oh, I have a phone number for the one.
I'll take care of it.
Okay. So just be patient. Just have a seat. We're going to have somebody that'll transport you guys. We're going to figure out your shoe situation. Make all that happen.
Get my truck, get my phone, and you come in with us to do what we need to do.
That's the idea. And so I don't know that I'll let you drive your truck just under the circumstances. If you would like, I can drive your truck in.
May I
This
answer my daughter?
is your phone. No, they are going to be seizing your phones. Both of your phones as part of
I
this.
can't tell her.
And actually, if you want to place that in.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you already took mine. Did you not take yours?
No, his is in his truck. But it will be seized as well. Before they run off with your phones, if there's some phone numbers or stuff like your attorney phone number, whatever, we could probably work out getting that. I've got a piece of paper and a pen. We can write those numbers down so you can make that call from the jail. I know it's.
Are there any phone numbers that you do need? So we
Yeah.
can
Yeah, I
facilitate
need the
that.
attorney's phone numbers.
Okay, and they're in here.
My business
There's
is
a
run
number
up.
on
My
mine
business
I
is
need
run up.
to.
Is it all right if I get your phone so we get the phone
I
number?
need a number on mine.
You're going to seize it?
We're seizing your phone, so I'm just getting to get it out of your truck.
I told the attorney on that phone.
Okay.
Just after they expressed their desire for their own attorney, the officer informed them of their wish to keep things as calm and peaceful as possible. They were informed that the officers could check their house and truck, but the officer, showing full trust, decided not to escalate the situation. Even if they remained calm, they wouldn't be handcuffed here.
All right, since I'll let you hold the phone and then I'll write down, you can say names or not, or you can write down. Do you want to borrow my notepad?
Can I not just look at the phone?
I don't think he'll, well, that's his decision. If he wants to let you handle it, that's fine.
So what we can do is let you unlock it, and then I'll get the phones for you.
I'm not unlocking for you.
Okay.
Is her phone locked? Is your phone locked?
Yeah, her phone is locked.
Then. So we need to look Frank's phone number up.
Okay.
I'm not unlocking crap for him.
Then we can figure that out.
I have no idea.
All right, let's talk about shoes for you, jacket, anything like that. Where would that be? We'll probably let you go in to get it. I'm just asking so I can get to decide, risk versus reward.
And I'd like to change the shirt.
No, please
I'm gonna leave you where you are. You're sufficient. I know it's not great, but it is sufficient for.
We'll coordinate that now. We'll facilitate that. You can't text her from this phone right now. Okay, but we will facilitate.
You have a phone number for her? Okay.
Like your
Definitely not. I will not be your shirt, honestly. That wasn't the case.
Well, I'm leaving this stuff. What do you need from me?
If you just want to take your driver's license, that'll make it the easiest. And then we'll set the rest of it either in your truck or in the house, whatever works best
We
for
need to
you.
put my truck in and lock the house.
I will do that if you don't mind me doing so. I won't search your truck. I will just move it in or whatever. There's nothing. I think the only thing that they are going to run warrants on is the 2 phones. So, and actually, the way it works in the state of Texas is I'll actually end up writing a paper for the 2 phones that allows it to be transferred out of state. But the district attorney's office has already been apprised of all of this and has already said that that's fine. So they actually authorized, if we would need to search the house, I did not want that to be the case. Otherwise, we would just knocked on your door this morning. We wanted to wait till you left because we're trying to avoid making this into bigger than it is.
Oh, you're waiting till I left?
Yeah, we were just waiting for you to leave. We actually, we thought that you left town or left the house around the same time yesterday, so we thought maybe that you'd be leaving again today. Anyway, neither here nor there. It's just a ongoing problem from the whole, I guess, from even the beginning. All related to your daughter's event, which is, I'm a homicide detective, so I asked a lot of questions about that event, just trying to wrap my head around it or whatever. And I'm 50-50 at not seeing the crime scene and hearing all the evidence. I don't really know where I stand on that. I know the court of public opinion is out there, and then we've seen. I don't know. I've been doing this 28 years, so I've seen a lot.
I mean, the defense doesn't say a whole lot.
Yeah.
And now you're convicted in the public opinion. A lot of people put out crap.
I think this has to do with something that belongs to him. Is the computer or the whatever, laptop, iPad? I don't know what it is. Something related to that, but it's something that I think her attorneys. it's something that her attorneys were kind of working with y'all on.
Her attorneys?
Her attorneys is my guess. I don't know everybody's names
involved. I'm
involved.
not aware of that.
Yeah. So ultimately, that's just my understanding is that it was something to do with that. There's some device out there that y'all helped access that's not y'all's, and that's what this all stemmed for. Now, it is a felony offense in Florida. It's a misdemeanor here in Texas for the same crime, so that's why we're kind of afforded a little more leniency, whether we don't just slapping cuffs and putting you in the car and saying tough luck, right? We certainly are trying to be it's not our case.
Now, another officer arrived and the mother went inside the home to change her shoes. The officers appeared very cooperative. Meanwhile, the father discussed the bond that they would need, and the officer informed them that it would just be $5,000. If they were financially capable, using a credit card to pay this amount would be preferable.
Matter of fact, I actually spoke with the detectives, and I was like, so if this was us, we probably wouldn't be arresting. Maybe we would just come and seize the phones and explain what the situation was. But their state attorney is the one that's...
Yeah, she's
Is that what the problem is? So,
excuse the language. They're all correct.
Listen, I understand your frustration. System's never great.
Self-defense week 1 and 4 weeks.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, if you guys are in the middle of something.
He's venting, which I can appreciate.
I get it. How about I take her inside and get her shoes, and I'm going to have to escort her. Sorry, I need to.
That's fine. Am I going to be able to go use the bathroom and? No. I guess put this in the bathroom and make sure.
It's going to take us a few minutes to go anyway. If you just want to have a seat, and then I'll take her in there and let her.
You can stay standing if you'd like. It's not a big deal.
It's going to be a minute before we can go, so I'm sure we can.
I was going to say, think about or whatever. The bond's only $5,000. Well, when he comes back, then we'll coordinate that. But I can't leave you unattended. I mean, I could handcuff you and put it here, but that sounds. We're trying to wait to the very last moment for that, right? So we don't create more drama for neighbors or anybody else, right? But yes, so there's a $5,000 bond, so very low bond. It is a extraditable warrant, meaning if y'all didn't bond out, they would take you to Florida. But $5,000 bond, I would hope that you would be able to, the two of y'all, be able to bond out relatively quickly. It's not gonna solve the whole "this is what's happening" thing, but for what that's worth.
What was your name again?
Ben Wright. And I'm with the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We got our supervisors got contacted by Miami-Dade Police Department saying they had these felony warrants. Detective Helleroot, or Deputy Helleroot, is actually a member of the United States Marshals Task Force. So I elicited his assistance today versus having patrol cars and everybody else in your cul-de-sac. Not that this isn't a little weird as it is, but as soon as Deputy Helleroot comes back out here, I'll pull your truck in and that'll look a little less weird.
Am I going to need a credit card? Or a bank card?
I don't know how that works, I'll be honest. I mean, if you have an attorney, then your attorney would probably handle that for you, like getting your bond and stuff set. But I don't know if you've got a credit card that you might want to just put because ultimately, I don't know if you're familiar with the bail and bond system or whatever, but if you put up the let's say for you and your wife, $10,000 worth of bond, and then you show up at whatever court date is assigned, well, you get your money back. If you go through a bail bonds company or whatever, they're going to charge you 10, 15%, and you just never see that money again, right? So it depends on where you are financially. If you have that money, then I would recommend, maybe put it on a credit card or whatever. Ultimately, as you go to court down the road, you'll get that money back. But those are your decisions. If you do want to do that, just think about it. I can have them grab, I can call him right now and just say, hey, grab a credit card to throw in your pocket as well. It doesn't hurt anything to have it. You might need an Uber on the way home. I don't even know what that'll all look like, right?
Is that a fine?
Huh?
Is that a fine?
Well, they'll give you, okay. Yeah.
I mean,
listen, it's a pain.
From one bank account to another, but I'm not opening the phone for anybody.
I'm not mad at you
Not
about
that I
that at
have
all.
anything to hide, but I'm just not going to give them satisfaction. Sorry about the language, but
that's okay. Listen,
it's all insanity. It's all
you have rights,
it's all
and those.
about money.
We exercise our rights if it was us in the same boat, so I'm not mad at you at all.
That woman shouldn't be going anywhere. But this is how they play dirty. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is just the whole deal.
After the mother emerged, the officer, maintaining a composed demeanor, inquired if she was all right and feeling calm. Staying calm in such situations is crucial as it allows for better comprehension of the circumstances at hand. The officer staying calm helps the mother feel better and makes things go more smoothly. Also, by helping move the father's truck and securing their home, he's being really helpful and making the family less stressed and unsure about what to do. Check it out.
I am so sorry that you guys are going through it. It's stressful enough to have a child in the situation that your daughter's in, and then just to add this on top of it is unfortunate, and I just don't have any control over that.
I understand. You're just doing your job, but I appreciate you being here, but see.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's kind of why I wanted to pull in, so I knew they'd be coming.
Yeah. Well, we'll get that taken care of for you if nothing else. I know. It's
Can I
just you may leave whatever you want. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm trying to be as lenient as possible on that. I mean, I don't expect you to be down there too long, but yes, I don't know if I mean, it's our jail. Like, so theoretically, I'm probably never been arrested, which is a great thing. It's like a little bit like a bus station or a doctor's waiting room, right? So you're going to go, they're going to do the whole take your picture, get your fingerprints or what have you. And then there's like a big seating area where everybody just kind of sits and waits for magistration, which is where the judge will read to you what the charges are. That's not going to be super helpful or illuminating for you right now because he's not reading the entire charging document. He's just going to read what the warrants are for, which they've kind of already told you. Your attorney will get a copy of the entire arrest warrant with the PC affidavit, which is the probable cause affidavit, which will explain what their investigation revealed, you know, and how they came to this decision to make this arrest. On paper, I see it. I don't, like I said, I don't know if I necessarily agree with this being the direction I would have gone if it was my investigation.
That one comes over here.
What, this one?
That one's mine.
Okay, the tan lid one. If they don't get it right, we'll figure it out for you. Is there anybody you're supposed to be meeting or anything that you need to readdress? I know that's all tricky. I'm just, because then, even if there is, I'd be willing to maybe send a text message on your behalf, but that doesn't help me because you probably don't know their phone numbers, or if you do. I don't know. So I'm just thinking outside the box on things I can do to kind of minimize the impact this is going to have on you today. Anyway, it's where we are.
This is all about.
See, now I think my wife would laugh at me if I wore my Rolex and my, but I get it. I like so I pick and choose family events, nice place, you know. But
my daughter Courtney Davis all watches, so.
yes, my wife, we gave our hand-me-downs to our kids. Very convenient to have. Yeah, I don't know how parents did it back when we were young. I'm only 53, but yeah, not being able to know where your kids were. And, I mean, now when we pull it up on our phone, I can see how fast they're driving and everything else. Did you want to decide about the credit card?
I'm going to need a couple of cards.
I put my Apple in my purse. Should I put a different one? I mean, in my pocket. Should I go get it?
I was explaining to him about the bond being $5,000. Yeah, and just to kind of.
I need to get a credit card then.
Should I keep this one? Different one?
I'll go get mine.
I won't need one. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Just put my.
Can
So he's going to go with it. Oh, you want to go instead?
Can I go in and get my card and use the bathroom?
Yeah, that's up to you.
I was just going to run an errand and come back. Let's go. Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Here you go. Oh yeah, that's yours in your pocket.
All right, it's time to wrap up this conversation and head to jail. But before we go, the mother spoke to a trusted man and asked him to take care of everything until they returned.
I will let you help out in any way possible. This is a deal out of Miami, not us.
Maybe
so
can I if I gave you Morgan's phone number, would you call her? Okay.
Here, you want to write her phone number down and I'll give it to him?
All right.
Take a deep breath. It's okay.
She's gonna freak out.
Is Morgan your other daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's my number.
That's okay. Take a deep breath.
Tell her that they said we'll probably be out by the end of the day.
I got a longer arm.
Does she need to call you?
No, she doesn't need to do anything. But if we're not back by like 6, she'll need to come feed the dogs.
Okay. Does she have the key to your house?
Do you want Ron to hold the key?
Morgan has a key.
Okay.
And the code, I can give you the code if we need to.
Here, I'll just let him write it down and I don't need to.
We'll put them in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I locked your truck up. Windows rolled up. Yes.
Patrol's here.
I say that. Hang on, did I?
I've got them both.
Oh yeah, the other driver's license is the one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, gotta look at it.
Oh, I'm glad you came home.
Yeah, well,
Makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, just hand it to him. That way I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to know what your password is.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, all right.
She knows it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't see it unless you want me to do something.
No, but you can't hurt to have this. Okay.
But thank you for calling her.
Well, yeah, no, that's no problem.
Put these in the house.
Yes, we'll just set them inside and then lock the door.
I just had the dog had
Is there anything else?
No.
Okay.
Stacy's phone number.
Everything. I know.
Frank's.
You haven't done anything? We can look it up. You give me what's your attorney's name?
Well, what's that? Phone number. Frank Prieto.
Frank?
But we also have an attorney here in town that court has used.
You can think about it and give it to us. Let me know, and we'll see if we can't find you. Ultimately, they have a list of phone numbers down there they can help you with. Like we try to, you know.
I really need Frank's cell phone because he's not going to.
He's not going to know. Is he a criminal attorney?
I can call his office. I can talk to his secretary. Hang on. Wish I could change shoes.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't make an ask.
What's the question?
Is up the one up on the hill, so I can tell her daughter I don't know where.
So they're going to the Travis County booking facility, which is downtown.
Oh, the one downtown.
Yeah, like right by the courthouse,
Yeah,
12th
yeah.
Street.
Okay.
So, and they have a really. So I'm not going to tell your business, but yes, they should.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give your daughter a call.
Well, they say we hacked somebody's computer, so.
Yeah, it's.
And it's felony in that right now,
Yeah.
in Florida, apparently.
Think they're out to persecute us?
Maybe.
Well.
Twist our arm. It's probably arm twisting.
That is an understatement.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Ron.
I'll give her a buzz.
Right.
If there's anything you need to do.
What you're about to see next is quite emotional, but it's important to remember that these parents were arrested for tampering with crucial evidence in a murder case. Just before leaving, the officer requested them to share final hugs and offer moral support to each other. Well, this moment becomes quite emotional for them as they do so.
Oh, Ron, will you also tell her that if Morgan tries to call, or Courtney tries to call her, please answer?
Oh, yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't let me answer Courtney's call this
Okay, no, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Give each other some hugs
Okay,
and stuff,
all right.
right? Because once the patrol gets
What's
here and
that?
what have you, so give each other some hugs and stuff and some peer support. You're going to go to the exact same place. You're going to see each other, but they probably won't let y'all speak because they don't let men and women talk in the booking facility for the most part. So I was explaining to him while you were in getting your shoes. It's the whole weird take your picture, get your fingerprint on the
It was going to be
computer
pretty
I know.
much.
So yeah, give us.
I
like
was
a
on
good-
my way to get brows and lashes done, so I had no makeup on whatsoever.
They're going to transport together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go ahead and get you guys
Okay.
in here. And
I'm so sorry. They're going to cuff you guys up. There's no way to avoid that. We're going to try to make that as low
They're
key
gonna
as
cuff us?
Yeah, there's no way to avoid it. That's because that's the transport rules. So we've done all we can to. Did he get the right trash can?
Yeah, he knows it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I've locked your truck. Yes, I even made it honk to make sure. I rolled your window up as well.
Deputy Weaver, he's going to be over.
Mr. Weaver, I've explained that you are going to have to handcuff them up as per policy, so they're prepared for that. And that's it. You'll transport them.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. I appreciate your assistance keeping it
Yeah.
low key this morning.
Yeah, no problem.
I know, as low key as we do in law enforcement. I apologize.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm going to visit with you for a minute here.
We will.
Y'all have our IDs, right?
Yes, we
Yes, he does.
Are we going to see you again, or?
Me?
You probably won't see
Hopefully
any of us
never.
again. Yeah. If you'll be addressing the courts in Florida regarding this, so he didn't have Frank's number, and he didn't really have a real solution for that. What do you think? If I give you their office number, okay? So if I Google that, we should be able to get there. Give me 1 second. I'm all.
You don't have any problems with your shoulder?
Get to Google.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we actually both
I
did.
have. I go to the chiropractor every week for it.
Okay. He. Florida, is that what you're trying to get a hold of? Okay. So let me write this number down and we'll put it in your pocket.
Isn't that with you? Yeah. Okay.
We've got this watch too, so.
No worries.
You look honest.
Oh yeah. You can get. I'm gonna pat you down real quick right here. Okay.
What was your detective?
Either front pocket, whatever pocket you want to put it in, doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And finally, it's time for the handcuffs. Both parents were handcuffed and seated in the patrol car without displaying any resistance.
But I do understand, and I can do this.
Okay. Just pop in right there.
My right shoulder's.
Okay, I'll help you as best I can. All right.
Any way you can lean on me?
I'm stuck here.
So if you sit, it's kind of, that's not, I feel like it'd be more comfortable if you try to put your legs up a little bit and just kind of, oh, I see what you're saying, the seatbelt's blocking it. There you go.
You know, could you tell my neighbor that I changed my mind? Maybe tell Morgan not to answer Courtney's call.
This is
Oh, what's wrong?
the and that wrist is.
What's wrong? Okay, it's twisted up. Give me just 1 second. I'll fix it for you.
I mean, is this really necessary?
Unfortunately, yes. It's just the way that the policy is.
Sir, would you do me a favor and tell my neighbor I changed my mind? I don't want him to tell Morgan to answer Courtney's call.
You don't want to tell Morgan?
I don't. I asked him to tell Morgan to answer Courtney's calls.
You're good.
Okay.
I don't want him to answer, or I don't want her to answer Courtney's calls.
So he called, and of course it went to voicemail because it's probably a strange number. So I said, why don't you text her and tell her, hey, I'm your parent's neighbor. Please call me.
She knows who he is.
Okay, good.
But just don't tell her Morgan
don't
should not answer Courtney's calls. No.
Okay, this is going to be a very short ride. There's no traffic right now, so we'll make it quick.
As they were being transported to the jail, the camera captured moments of them conversing. It seemed like their innocent demeanor instantly shifted when they were alone, as if they truly understood the gravity of their actions and that everything prior was merely an act. Watch closely and share in the comments if you sense the same.
No.
Can I help you over?
No, we're back. Oh, I got a cramp. I'm gonna these people now.
This is some type of arm twisting is what I'm convinced.
This is claustrophobic.
Is there any way I can grab you?
No, but it's too tight. It's too tight. Taking out the phones, taking the phones.
Yeah.
I had to go buy 2 new phones.
Thank goodness I didn't get a new one.
Got a cramp in my left shoulder now.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Thirsty too.
Sorry. Not a word without an attorney, right?
Right.
Is that the one that tested?
Come on, let's go. There we go. My leg.
No, it's not. That helps lean with it.
In the end, according to the arrest warrants, Deborah and Kim Clenny are both facing a charge of unauthorized access to a computer. Last but not least, this woman had no grasp of the risk she was putting her children's lives in. On October 21, 2023, in Las Cruces, New Mexico, cops rushed to a crash scene where a Honda had crashed into a bus stop. Witnesses saw a woman, later identified as Yasmin, leaning forward over the steering wheel as the car kept moving. They pulled her out and found 3 kids in the back, all under 7. Paramedics said the woman had overdosed and gave her Narcan. Yasmin refused more help and left the ambulance. But things got tense fast. She clenched her fists and seemed ready to fight, so the officers had to take her down. Turns out she was wearing an ankle monitor. They took her to the police station for a chat with a drug recognition expert, DRE, then off to jail after a blood test.
New Mexico boy Adam Morrison.
So I guess this is mom. She's overdosing. We have 3 minors that were in the car.
Can I go?
Yeah, are you witness?
Not to the
Caller?
crash. No, I was just doing the chest compressions.
She almost hit us.
Yeah, she did.
She almost hit 3 other people. She's doing circles all the way up here. She almost hit me here. I hit my brakes. She slammed in here. Before she slammed, I saw her just hunch. When she hit, I only saw was a face in this window. I pulled over.
I got you.
Not too long ago.
And then all the little,
The littlest one, his chest harness, he wasn't even arms in it. He just buckled up the legs.
Control 99, copy. Thank you guys.
I just pulled in here, killed the engine after I put the car through the hazards on, I grabbed the kids out, and they assisted me before I could get her out myself.
2 kids and mom, everyone else is alive.
She does have an ankle bracelet on, so she's probably already in the assistance.
No. You guys Narcan her though?
Yeah, I think she's awake in the back actually.
Yeah, she's awake right now.
I'm gonna have to call CYFD or get a parent. CYFD's the only thing to worry about. I have another unit en route. I'm just waiting on them. That way we can all hang out with them.
I did left my wallet in the car. I know they're not my car, but I had my CPR card. I had it ready.
Alright, cool.
Let's take this out.
Let's take the IV out if you're gonna get out. Can't leave that in you.
Get this out, okay? Anybody use it?
Pull it out.
Where do you get it?
Tell me your full name.
I'm on the far west side of the parking lot.
Today is? Because of what you took, the medication that we gave you, it could wear off and then you could end up right back where you found you, okay? So I highly recommend you go to the hospital, get checked out. Can we get you up to the hospital before we take this IV out? I just want you to know your children are fine. We already checked them out. Everybody's okay. It's just you that we're worried about.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. I just said it's around like I never heard. Nothing but you were saying.
When the officer arrived at the scene, witnesses were already there, telling him how recklessly the woman had been driving, putting many lives at risk. As the officer approached the suspect, he noticed her breathing heavily, eyes wide open, as if she were really pissed off.
Hey, Yasmin, there's some stuff that's gonna have to happen before you take off, alright? You understand that? You're gonna come sit right here, you're not gonna...
Control 1126, what district?
Yasmin,
No.
you're gonna sit down.
These are my kids.
Okay, and they're fine. So you're not gonna go toss all your. Check it out. You're gonna cooperate, or you're gonna get detained. You're the one smoking blues with your kids in the car. You're gonna get no sympathy from me. So you're gonna sit down and
Are you
cooperate with
gonna
this.
me anyway?
Yes.
Okay, then it doesn't matter.
Cool. Turn around.
No, hey. I don't think.
You want your kids to see you get thrown to the ground?
No, you're not gonna throw me to the ground. I'm not resisting. I'm just I'm not resisting. I told you not to cooperate.
Control 941 welcome check.
Stop.
Ma'am. Let's take her to the ground.
Stop. Let me come to mom at least get the kids. Oh my God.
Get up.
Let me call my mom for the kids.
Get up.
Let me call my mom.
I will let you call your mom when you start cooperating. Get up.
Call my mom first and tell my kids are okay.
10-16-21.
Call for F5. You okay? I'm good, dude. I'm annoyed.
F1, F5.
Call my mom.
Traffic.
Check it out, Yasmin. I'm gonna be super blunt and very honest with you.
You weren't blunt honest with me.
Cool. You don't start cooperating. I'm one of the officers that carries this thing called a route restraint. You refuse to go in it, you're gonna get placed in it, and it sucks really, really bad.
You just call my mother.
And I told you,
You
I
told
will.
me either
Once
I
you start
cooperate or you
cooperating,
detain me,
you
or-
will
And then you said that you would just detain me. I just need you to call my mother.
get up, and we will work on that.
Kids are okay.
Okay, get up, and we will work on that
How
information.
can I trust you?
What?
How can I trust you?
Because I don't want you sitting here laying with your face in a grate. And I really don't think you want your kids to see you like this either.
No.
Cool. So let's work towards a common solution, and you start getting up. Perfect.
It was clear from Yasmin's expressions that she wasn't going to cooperate with the officers. Despite this, the officer took his chance to talk to her after she came out of the ambulance. However, his efforts were in vain as she behaved exactly as expected. With no other option, the officers had to use force and bring her to the ground as they couldn't take any risks from that point on.
You have anything else on you? Cool, take a seat.
Call my mother.
What's your name? First of all, we have some other information we need to get. It's Yasmin, correct?
Yes.
Yasmin?
Yes.
What are you on paper for? I'm gonna find out, so we could just do it easier. The more you cooperate with me, the more I'm willing to work with you, Miss Pacheco. It's for DUI? Who's your PO? What? Caesar what?
Laura.
Alright. Kick your feet all the way in.
Are you comfortable with taking her to the hospital yourself, or do you want her to go with us?
Hang tight for that.
Okay.
Because we're probably going to have a DRE come out for it, since it's dope. So I don't know. We'll probably take her if she's fine, though. So I don't see why not.
So it could go either way, really. She's fine now and she can stay that way. Or she's got enough in her system that our Narcan's going to just slowly start wearing off, and we could find her starting to, basically overdose again.
How many Narcans you guys give her?
So we gave her 2.
Of the 2s?
No, we gave her 2, but it was an IM shot.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit longer to kick in, but it could work. She could be good. You guys could have no problems with her. She could stay pissed off the way she is, or she could slowly revert back to slumping over. Yeah. We'll hang for a few minutes if you want.
If you don't mind, just because I have a soup on the way.
Okay.
And I think he's down with DR. I hate dope when it comes to DWIs, so
okay,
we'll see what he wants to do.
We'll hang for a few minutes. You got us on
Appreciate
scene?
you guys.
Yeah.
Kids were good though? They didn't complain about anything?
Kids were fine. Cool. All right, brother. We'll be here.
Sorry it went in front of y'all.
No. You're good, man. You okay?
Yeah, we're all good. Just annoyed.
Yasmin's situation was incredibly unpredictable at that moment, leaving the paramedics unsure whether it was the right time to take her to jail or not. Meanwhile, the officer called Yasmin's mom and simultaneously made sure that the kids were okay.
What's going on? Your mom's on the way? She's coming from Mesa Grande, I guess, up there. She's going to take about 30 minutes or so. You have an officer that's going to hang out here with your kiddos, obviously. We're going to go to the station, fill out all our paperwork, and go from there. Do you have any questions? No?
What did I run into?
Huh?
What did I run into?
A bus stop. Luckily, no one was sitting there. But you hit a bus stop. So, fix your feet for me real quick, and we're going to get going, alright? Want to help out, Miss? It's gotta be locked. I'm gonna fix your cuffs, alright? Alright, Mr. I'm just gonna read you Miranda, alright? Because I'm just gonna ask you some very direct questions, so it's just the Miranda warning. I'm going to read a verbatim from our card. It says you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of the questions or make any statements. Do you understand these rights as I just explained them to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak? I'm just going to ask you, obviously, there's paraphernalia in there.
Ms. Pacheco, is it okay if your mom takes the keys for your house?
Yes.
She says yes, sir.
They're in my purse.
So the father of the children is there? Is it okay if the 2-year-old goes with their dad?
Yes, my parents.
She says it's okay, sir. Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So much like I was saying, it was just a Miranda warning, right? I only have I have just a few questions. I saw the paraphernalia when I pulled up on scene. It was in plain view. You passed out several times. There's witnesses saying that you're just doing circles, slumped over in the driver's car. How many blues did you smoke?
I dropped some off, but just half.
Just a half a blue?
Yeah, and it was down the road.
Where did you smoke it at?
I dropped some off the country.
You dropped some off at the coach light?
Yeah.
Are you slanging dope? No? You just dropped some off to some friends or what?
Yeah.
So when you hit the coach light, did you go through Avenida or you went through Lakeside through the back? Through Lakeside? Okay. And then you smoked a blue at the coach light or in the car?
No, in the car.
Not in the car?
No. We got down, we smoked, and then we smoked half of it, and then we have the rest.
As the officer approached Yasmin, it appeared from her reaction that she was finally getting her senses back a little. She asked the officers about what had really happened and also started to show compliance thereafter. The officers then transported her to the drug recognition officer to get a better grasp of things, but couldn't. The suspect was then taken to a local hospital for blood sample extraction, which again turned out to be a hectic task for the officer.
Yeah, hopefully they check you out and we can make sure everything's alright. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. How are you? Good. Just take a seat in this chair, Miss Pacheco. Here you go, man.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
So, this is Yasmin. She was involved in a motor vehicle accident on Avenida de Mesilla in front of the Confidence Suites.
After the evidential breath testing machine malfunctioned at the police station, Yasmin was taken to a nearby hospital. The purpose of this visit was clear. The officers wanted to ensure she was medically cleared and sought a doctor's advice to understand what was going on in her system.
So we just want to get her medically cleared and checked out. And I'm also going to read her the consent so you can get dropped with. So,
Okay.
Miss, I just have to read you something. So, listen to me. I'm about to tell you something important, including a right you have. You're under arrest for driving while under the influence. I'm requesting that you consent to have your blood drawn and tested to determine the alcohol and or drug content of your blood. You have the right, Ms. Pacheco, to refuse to my consent and to my request. If you refuse to consent, you cannot face criminal penalties for your refusal. Do you understand that right, Ms. Okay. However, refusing consent has other consequences in accordance with the New Mexico Implied Consent Act and state law. Those consequences may include losing your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. Additionally, the fact that you refuse consent may be used as evidence against you in a court of law. Do you understand these consequences, Ms. Pacheco? Additionally, if you consent to have your blood drawn and tested, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse, or a laboratory technician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid for by the law enforcement agency, which is us. Knowing your right to refuse consent, the possible consequences, and your right to an independent test, do you give consent to have your blood drawn and tested?
Just a breathalyzer.
So since the breathalyzer, it came back invalid, ma'am, and it came back there with interference, we're just requesting that we get your blood drawn just so we can know what's actually going on.
Oh, when you fix your machine, I can do that. I'm not.
So you're refusing the blood test?
I will accept it, the other one.
Correct. But this is just for further additional testing so we can see what's going on. Just because the breathalyzer came back inconclusive.
That's not my fault. No, I can't have my body.
So you're refusing?
I don't know what to do. I need an attorney. I don't understand. I understand.
Okay, so I'll repeat my question. Knowing your right to refuse to consent and to have your blood drawn and tested, the possible consequences, and your right to an independent test, do you give consent to have your blood drawn and tested? If you continue to remain silent, I'll consider you have refused my request.
I don't understand.
No. So basically, Ms. when we had the breathalyzer, it came back that there is some sort of inconsistency with it, that we needed to get you medically checked out, that there is something other than alcohol in your blood. That's why we came here to Three Crosses. 1, to get you medically cleared, and 2, to see if you would be willing to get a blood test so we could see what's going on inside your system.
Yasmin had plans to prolong the drama. She kept dragging the discussion by arguing and saying, "I don't understand," whenever she felt she had no solid answer. Little did she know, the officers were trained professionals who weren't keen on giving her much room to dodge. Eventually, after all the back and forth, Yasmin had to give in.
Because it's not alcohol that you consumed. So we're trying to figure out what exactly it was. That's why we're requesting a blood test.
I talked to the officer and I don't understand. I don't know. I want to talk to someone that understands. I don't understand this.
Maybe you can break it down for her, ma'am?
So you did the breathalyzer test, right? Blew in the thing. The results said that it was inconclusive, which means that they couldn't get a reading of yes, no, or whatever it says to give them an answer. The answer was not there. There's a medical issue as to why it's not coming up with an answer. So they want to know if they can do the blood work to do that.
But it's an alcohol machine.
Correct. So that's why we need a blood test to further see exactly what's in your system.
No, you said because it was saying, no, I don't feel comfortable with this. Because you said it was detecting something else.
Correct.
But it's an alcohol system.
Correct. So there's something else besides alcohol in your system.
But it wouldn't be able to detect that.
That's why I can't give them a for sure answer of the alcohol level. Because there's something in difference that's not letting it.
Narcan.
Correct. So that might be why the machine came out. But that's why we need to go ahead and
that's why they want to check your blood to see what is in the system that was causing it.
Yeah, the Narcan probably.
Correct, but that's why we want a blood test to go ahead and see.
That
way we can have to finish.
And he just wants to know if you want to have the blood test to say that or not.
Is that clearance or not?
Yes,
So
she was
clearance.
unconscious
Correct.
at scene.
So
Was given Narcan.
So Ms. This will be my last request. Do you consent to a blood draw?
So why am I'm here so you can get the drugs in my system.
So we can know exactly what's in your system, and one, get you medically cleared because you were in a motor vehicle accident, and two, get you a blood test. That way we can see exactly what's in your system because we don't know, and our machine said that it's something else besides alcohol. So that's why we just want to check. This will be my last request, Ms. Pacheco. Do you agree for a blood test?
I don't know, yes.
So I need a yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I got nothing there, but
I have one for you guys.
You already got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stapled it to the deep. I'll take the magnet. It's stapled to the back of that one.
The woman was initially charged with driving under the influence of drugs and resisting, evading, or obstructing an officer. However, court records reveal that all charges were dismissed on January 5th, 2024.